All right, let's dive right in. We're going to break down a situation that has absolutely sent shockwaves across the Middle East. For a moment there, it looked like there was a real glimmer of hope for peace. And then, just like that, it was gone. A huge ceasefire deal between the US and Iran has completely collapsed, literally just hours after it was announced. And this isn't just some minor setback, this is a full-blown crisis unfolding in real time. So, you gotta be asking, how on earth did we get here? How did this hope for peace, something that was so carefully put together, just shatter into a million pieces so fast? That is the big question, right? Why did this whole thing break down in just a matter of hours? We're gonna walk through exactly what happened, step by step, the timeline, the conflicting stories, and the actions that just brought this whole agreement to its knees.
Okay, first things first. Let's get a handle on what this deal was even supposed to be. What were the terms that everyone thought they were agreeing to?
So the announcement actually came from a pretty unexpected place, Pakistan. The Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, went on social media and declared the ceasefire was on. But he used some very, very specific words here. He said it was effective everywhere, including Lebanon. Now I want you to remember that phrase, including Lebanon. That little detail is the key to this whole mess.
And look, this wasn't just some vague promise. They had a concrete plan. Formal talks were scheduled for April 10th in Islamabad. For a hot second, it really looked like we were seeing a genuine diplomatic breakthrough.
But wow, did it fall apart fast? I mean, look at this timeline. It's like watching a chain reaction and fast forward. First, boom, the ceasefire's announced. Then almost right away, boom, Israel attacks Lebanon. In response, boom, Iran shuts down the Strait of Hormuz. And finally, boom, Donald Trump completely backtracks on his statement about the deal. It all just unraveled so quickly. So let's zoom in on that first domino to fall. What was this attack that just set Iran off and made them think the whole deal was a setup from the very beginning? Just moments after the world heard about a ceasefire, a barrage of Israeli missiles rained down on Lebanon. Now, if you're Iran, this is an immediate, glaring violation of the entire agreement you thought you just made. And Iran's reaction was, swift and totally unambiguous. They basically said, if you're attacking our allies in Lebanon, then this ceasefire is completely meaningless. So the crucial thing to understand is that from Tehran's point of view, the deal was already dead. And this is where the whole diplomatic situation just gets incredibly messy and tangled. Because suddenly, the stories from the main players started to directly contradict each other. It became clear that there was a massive disagreement at the very core of this deal. I mean, just look at this. It's night and day. On one side, you have Pakistan, who helped put the deal together, saying loud and clear that Lebanon was included. But then on the other side, you have Donald Trump suddenly saying, nope, Lebanon is not part of this deal. I mean, how could both of those things be true at the same time?
Well, the plot really thickens when you realize that Trump's new position was a perfect match for what Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had been saying all along. Suddenly, the official American position seemed to have done a complete 180 to line up perfectly with Israel's.
So with the deal totally in shambles, the situation didn't just go back to how it was. Oh no, it escalated, and it escalated dangerously. So what happens now? To really get the scale of Iran's response, you have to understand the Strait of Hormuz. It is one of the most important shipping choke points on the entire planet. A huge portion of the world's oil has to pass through this narrow little strait. So closing it down, that's a direct threat to the entire global economy. And that is exactly what Iran did. They shut down the Strait of Hormuz completely. On top of that, reports say they're getting ready for a major military operation. The U.S. response? Trump threatened a massive 50% tariff on anyone helping Iran. The tensions right now are just higher than ever. But then, in what has to be one of the most bizarre twists, at the very same time he's threatening economic war, Trump floats this other idea, a plan to, and I quote, make money together with Iran. He's claiming this is the best path to security. It's this incredible, confusing mix of threats on one side and business deals on the other. Which leaves all of us with this final, really powerful question. After all this chaos, what are we really looking at here? Was this a genuine attempt at a new way to find peace? Or was this whole thing always just about turning a geopolitical crisis into some kind of a business deal? It's definitely something to think about.